Mushroom!
Hello, gamers! Welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. Last time, we completed Jade Shadows, and fellas, we're done with questing, at least for like a month. Alright, when Jade Shadows 2 comes out at the end of June or whatever, we'll be right back to it, but I mean, that's the new content update. Of course we will. This week, we're going to finally get back into Warframe grinding. We're going to be going to the Valis Undermines and getting Nokko, but more importantly, the Arbucep. Ooh, I will talk about it once we go look at it, but for now, we gotta do something. I need to get back into the rhythm of crafting and getting rid of Warframes. But I am full on Warframe gas. We have 10 slots and they are filled up. 11. Umbra doesn't count. So we have to get rid of one of these characters, and because we now have an Overguard character that is immune to knockdown, it's going to be Gauss. Alright, and as per our Warframe Iron Man rules, we have to make sure the normal Warframe has the base polarities to match the Prime, and we already went ahead and covered that with this extra dash, so that means that Gauss is now eligible for the electric chair. Alright, and now with the Warframe slot freed up, who are we going to take out of our foundry? There are 18 choices we could choose from. That I've had sitting in here for quite some time, but I'm not really particular on taking anybody out, with one exception, that being Jade. We grinded up all of her stuff last week, but I may or may not have forgotten to craft one of her weapons because I needed argon crystals, and I don't have time to go get that right now. Trust. So, one exception, alright? Otherwise, who am I gonna choose? Well, don't worry, gamers. I know the perfect strategy for this. That's right, the wheel spin. I have all of our candidates on the right that I'm willing to take out of my foundry, and I'm gonna let fate decide. Come on, baby. Give me something good. Oh! Yes! Sheesh! This used to be a starter Warframe, if you could believe that. Our boy Loki. I'm gonna go level him, and then I'll be right back, and we'll talk about what he does.
12 seconds later.
Alrighty, gamers. We are here in the Simulacrum. I got Loki to level 30. As always, here's the showcase build. Rolling Guard for survivability and Flow for energy maximum. And let's get into it, shall we? Loki, what do he be doing? Now let's talk about his passive. He wall latch longer. 10 times longer, in fact. We could be up here forever. Not a good passive at all. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, maybe if you got a Riven challenge where you need a wall latch, this is epic, but fuck Rivens. Now let's move on to his actual kit though, and brace yourselves. There's gonna be so much to talk about, alright? Let's go ahead and spawn in these enemies, and we have them unpaused because our first ability is Decoy. We put down a decoy, it draws their fire. Whoa. That's pretty much it. It just, it eats bullets. It's doing a pretty good job eating these level 60 enemies' bullets, but our second ability is going to be invisibility. Woo! Yeah, we pop this and we get invincibility. And yes, I said that right. Because we're invisible, so long as we don't make any noise, they don't know where we're at, and we can't be damaged. And we could use our 1 to sneak around, get a little bit of that action going on. Moving on to our third ability, we have Switch Teleport. If we look at an enemy and we use it, we can teleport to where they're at. We'll get a little bit of a speed bonus for a short duration, and we just swap places with them. And our final ability is going to be Radial Disarm. Boop! We pop that, and all of the enemies lose their guns. Now they have to melee our decoy. Woo! And yeah, that's pretty much Loki's kit. That was very abridged, and honestly, we were 100% flawless with the execution. It just is what it is. However, let's go ahead and clear these enemies. I don't want to just end the showcase on Loki at just his abilities at face value, because, you know, if we're taking this at face value, he's got invisibility, and that's about it. Loki's got a bag, though. It ain't the greatest bag, but it's a bag. Let's come in here and let's go to this augment section. Now, I have 3 leveled, and these are the ones I want to talk about. Let's start with damage decoy. Decoy can be cast on enemies, and enemies that attack that decoy receive 5 random status effects, and the reflected damage is increased by 350%. Let's go invisible, and we'll walk up to him. Let's place our decoy right on this corrupted gunner at the front. And as you can see, once they start going, it's just going to spread a bajillion status effects, as well as doing some alright damage. It really does scale off of enemy level, because the higher level they are, the more damage they'll deal. I mean, it's alright. I think the main use for this is priming, but, you know, not a bad utility option. Priming on an ability, it's okay. Up next, we have Safeguard Switch. Switch with an enemy for 3 seconds of invulnerability. Switch with an ally to give the ally 6 seconds of invulnerability. Switch also removes negative status effects on Loki and allies. Yes, this is just Rolling Guard, but on our 3. Oh no, my shield broke. Whatever will I do? Oh shit. Go ahead and Safeguard Switch, and there we go. We're invulnerable. It's a little bit cheaper than Rolling Guard, so if mod cost is a problem, then Safeguard Switch is an option for you. Now, that being said, how effective is Safeguard Switch if you're a character that's invisible and not getting shot? It's up for debate. There's scenarios, but still, it's alright. And the final augment I want to talk about is Hushed Invisibility. This is an Xless slot mod, so if we had this unlocked, we could put it up here, but we don't, so it is what it is. Weapon noise is reduced by 100% while invisible. So, if we were to go invisible, normally when you shoot a weapon, it's going to alert all of the enemies to where you're at, but because we have Hushed Invisibility, wow, they don't know. Alright, well, never mind Dokes right there, who those who know, I guess. Look, they don't know a thing. And that's going to be Loki. A lot of people would say he's underwhelming, and I mean, he's just kind of old. He's just got a very, very outdated kit. But I think he's pretty effective, and I'll go ahead and showcase that when we get to Nokko bounty grinding. Although, I'm going to be real, we're going to play him once, and then that's going to be it. But before we go over, here's the build. We are duration maxing, and that's because, well, duration is just very good. The main thing you're doing with Loki these days is popping that invisibility and going to work. So, the longer we're invisible, the better it is for us. That being said, I do also have on Damage Decoy, just so that I can use a different ability, other than just his 2 and his 3. I could Helmet over Radial Disarm, because we probably won't get much value out of it, but I guess, just because this is probably the one and only time we're going to be using normal Loki, I'm just going to keep his entire kit. Then we have Aegis and Energize. Energize, just in case I run out of energy. Aegis is just, you know, if we do happen to get shot, everything will be a-okay. We're putting on Hushed Invisibility. Alright, let's get to it, gamers. Alrighty, gamers. We are here on Fortuna, and unfortunately, it is still narmerized and will be until the end of time. Rest in piss. You will be missed. But we are here because if we come over to this corner, you can see all these mushrooms. This is a good sign. We can come down here into the airlock, and boom! This is Nightcap. He's going to give us our bounties. I'll go over what these other options are, but first we're going to play the content. We're going to go to these Deep Mine bounties. There's 3 of them. In order to unlock the next set, you have to do the first one, then the second one, then the third one. But for our purposes on the Iron Man, the only one we really care about, other than the fact that we need to get everything from these, because if we come over here, the final one has the helmet and the stock for the Arbucep. This middle one has the systems and the barrel. And the first one has the chassis and the Arbucep receiver. And then all of the bounties have access to, on the rare, Nokko and the Arbucep blueprint. We do have to go through all of these one by one just to collect all the things, but the other thing these have access to is Artgun Arcane adapters. These are very good, and we need to get 2 of them while we farm up Nokko, so if that can happen, that would be swag. But let's just get to it, and I accidentally started the second one, and that's good, because that's the one I want to talk about the most once we get in here. Should have brought my miter. Oh, it's Nathaniel, baby. Oh, what a perfect start. So, if we come over here, now, I want to talk about the bounties just a little bit. Normal Fortuna bounty objectives, honestly, just with, you know, slight variations. This one, if we open this cache, it's going to spawn a group of enemies. And this is gas, because one of these enemies has a rare chance on dropping the Strain set. Now, if you aren't aware, this strain set used to be acquired from Profit Taker bounties at a 1% chance, and they were really rare. This is 20 bajillion times easier to get strain from in experience than doing the Profit Taker bounties. So, if we could get a few of those, that would be gas. This guy right here, the Energy Chief. Look, we gotta kill him. Oh, he didn't drop it. That sucks. The reason we chose this second bounty is because at the end, we're going to fight an assassinate target. And it's a choice between Arachnoid and a Director. And if we get the Director, he can also drop this strain mods. And if we get the Arachnoid, we eat shit and piss. We gotta res the little sprodling. Wow, look at him. Anyway, as for the actual bounties, it's pretty much what you'd expect out of bounty farming. Little objectives that we gotta do. Not much else to it. Go, damage decoy, get him. Get him. Ooh! You can see those status effects rolled in, and Loki kicked his ass. My goat. I actually really do like Loki. I would equate him to being the defensive invisibility character. Defense isn't flashy, but it is reliable. And, Loki is kind of untouchable, in my opinion. With Safeguard Switch and invisibility, with silence so you can't be attacked. It's pretty swag. But it is, I don't want to say, I guess boring is the right term, actually. That's about it. It's not flashy, it's not intricate. It is just being safe. But people play Revenant, so, they both be doing kind of the same thing, except people would try to tell you that, Enthrall and Reeve is fun to use, and I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get there eventually. Anyway, there's one more thing we have to talk about in these bounties. I kind of did it on accident here without even thinking about it. But we gotta collect a mushroom. Except I can't find the mushroom, so it is what it is. Here we go. A Director. That's huge. This means we have another chance at getting a strain mod. So, let's kill these guys. And spawn the man. Here he is, the Director. If he drops a gold, we're good. No, he didn't drop shit. Anyway, that's a bounty. We'll get our Fergalite, an Arcane, and Endo. Wow. And at the end of the bounty, if we did all of the bonus objectives, we can come over here, and we'll get a bunch of mushrooms. Now, in the actual mission, there'll be mushroom on the ground that you can pick up. Let's see if I can go backtrack and find one. We did miss out on one, I believe. No, I don't think I'll find one. Anyway, picking the mushrooms in the actual mission is going to give you a little bit of a buff for a short duration, and maybe some wacky, zany effects. And at the end, you'll get the mushroom, and we're going to be using these for a lot of collection purposes, but, well, that was the bounty, gamers. Let's go ahead and farm this out, shall we? Montage time, damn it! I don't know who dropped it, but hey, cash money. This just has a chance to make your thrown weapons explode. So like, the kunai or something. Could be pretty fun. And what do you know? Nokko Neuroptics. It's looking pretty good already. Hey, the Arbucep stock. That's one of 4 pieces. Hey, Nokko Systems. We're gonna get the Arbucep piece from here, but that's coming, don't worry. Alright, it's been a minute since my last pickup, but 2 Arbucep barrels. I don't know what I need 2 of them for, but hey, the 1 is enough, and that's goated. The Arbucep receiver. Now, we need 1 more piece, which is the blueprint. This is a rare drop, so it might take a while, but hey, I'm feeling pretty good. Nokko chassis, we just need the blueprint, and, well, we need both the blueprints. They will come shortly. Hey, Nokko blueprint. We're done with Nokko. I in between getting this and all of his parts, I just crafted all of those pieces. So, he's done. You could go start crafting them right now, but I'm not going to because I have to get the Arbucep. 1 more piece to go. Now, at this point, things are looking pretty good. We got Nokko done. We need 1 more part to the Arbucep. But it wouldn't be a Warframe Iron Man video unless we got absolutely shafted. Remember those strain mods I was talking about earlier? When we kill an enemy that can drop one of the strain mods, we have about a 5% chance of rolling the mod table, and then if we hit that, a 1% chance to drop one of the strain mods. The Arbucep has a 5% chance of dropping the blueprint at the end of each mission. You would think, oh, of course, we're gonna get one of the Arbucep blueprints before we get even one strain mod. No, of course we didn't. Hey, we got our first strain mod from here. It's for the Helminth Claws. Yes, a mod for our Helminth Charger that we may or may not have at this point. Pretty sick. These are pretty rare. They only drop from like 3 enemies in these bounties, and they're all from objectives. So epic pickup, epic gamer pickup indeed. 3 more of these to go. Mod Infection. Pretty cool. We have 2 left to get. And by the way, still no Arbucep blueprint. Woohoo! Alright, another strain mod we didn't have over the fucking Arbucep blueprint. 5% chance compared to individual 1.25s or something. I don't even know if they're guaranteed to roll the mod table every time. Woohoo! 1 more!
1 eternity later.
Arbucep acquired. That's gonna be loud. Oh, we got the Arbucep. Finally, dude. That took forever. This farm is something. But now we're done. And let's go to the orbiter. And let's craft this thing. All right. Oh, it feels so good. By the way, I went ahead and got all of the Itzel pieces. We're gonna do this too. Skadoosh, skadoosh, skadoosh. Now, the Itzel, I think, is gonna be a pretty good, worthwhile investment. I ain't worried about all of the fucking oxium I just spent, because this thing goes fast. Yay! Anyway, back to the Nokko stuff. That's the more important thing. Not Nokko. We did it. Nokko and the Arbucep, and I gotta show you guys something. It took so long to get that we came in here, and we conquered. I managed to get 2 Archon Arcane adapters off of the bounty rewards. These are a 2% drop chance in comparison to the Arbucep, which has a 5%. So, you know, life works in mysterious ways. I'm glad we're done. This weapon, I feel, is going to be very good for Profit Taker whenever we do that. I'm excited, but we fucking did it. We're done, gamers. This grind is over. For now, we have to come back. I think we have to get a strain mod from here, but and finish up ranking that up. Oh, God. Anyway, so we are done with the bounty farming now. Now, what have we been getting all this Fergalite for? Well, in order to rank up this faction, we're going to need plenty of it. And yes, Nightcap has a faction for whatever reason. But how do we level this? Well, first things first, we got to come over here to the prince. It's just a mushroom that we have to grow, but we have to feed it Fergalite. So, yeah, it's a good thing we collected all that, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and feed it. How much does it want? 20? Ain't nothing. Boop. Let's feed it again, shall we? Oh, gotta walk the path. Well, what's this about? Oh, I see. Okay, so we're just tripping balls. Yeah, this is what the path is. Got a lot of Nightcap lore and Nokko stuff, so if you care about that, you know, experience it for yourself. I'm just here to get a job done. Time to just hold forward 3 times. Alright, so that doesn't give us any sort of rep or anything, but it is a completionist thing, so watch this mushroom grow. Alright, I wasn't planning on recording any more of these paths, but I do love being a bug reporter. Some big-ass mushrooms, dude. This is just... Oh, jeez. I really am tripping balls. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, everything is going so wrong. God damn, I can't see where I'm going. Oh, thank goodness that's it. Cheeky Sprodling Glyph. We got it. Anyway, how do we level up Nightcap's faction? Well, let's come in here to the... Oh, that's the nursery. That's where we buy plants. Let's go to the field guide, shall we? And let's go to the dull button up here. So, as we were playing, we were collecting all of these mushrooms, and we have to, you know, do our little botanist report on this. So let's analyze one dull button. And as you can see, we looked at it, and now we have a little scrap of a journal entry. Let's go ahead and use another, and we'll use 2 more. Boom. We ranked up, and now we have this little entry report on this mushroom. So let's go through, and let's just research all we can, shall we?
12 seconds later.
Alright, going through and using all of the ones that I could, I think I managed to get up to rank 3? Let's see. Yeah, rank 3. Now, we didn't have enough mushrooms of certain categories that I already forgot, but don't worry, we can come in here and we can buy the mushrooms that we don't have and max out this faction right now. So, guess what, gamers? I think that's what we're gonna do. Also, for duplicate mushrooms that we don't need, we can compost them in the Fergalite. So, like, we'll take our dull buttons that we don't need any more of, and boom, we're done. And in fact, I think I gotta go through, do all that, and then get the mushrooms that we need, and yada yada. So I'll be back when we're rank 5, because we can afford it.
1 eternity later.
Alright, and let's go ahead and use these 15 to analyze the Vumble Trumpet. Boom, we are rank 5. We are done here in terms of ranking up. But what can we buy? Well, we already got the Arbucep and the archon arcane adapters and Nokko, so we don't need that. Guess I could talk about the arcanes. There's actually one pretty notable one here in my opinion, that being secondary encumber. If you'll recall, you get encumber from its farming citrine, which is really shit, and I would not want to do that, so what do you know? We'll probably max that out here in a minute, but there is this Iton sculpture. It's exclusive to here, I believe. So, yeah, we're taking that. I was going to say yeet, but I didn't feel like it. We have this ephemera with the little mushrooms on it. Yeah, let's get that too. And then let's spend 300 on some Captura scenes, why don't we? This one, it hurts a lot, but it is what it is. We're big gamers. We can take it. And now, I mean, the smart thing would be to buy, like, some archon arcane adapters. But if I ever make a K-Drive, this is absolutely going to be my K-Drive art. We're getting that, and let's just go through. And you know what? We're feeling pretty sneaky. We're just going to complete this right now. And with this, we have acquired everything from the Nokko farm. That's pretty good, right? I'm still probably going to do a little bit more of this because maxing out secondary encumber would be pretty gas. We have Fortifier. We get this from Belly of the Beast. Frostbite comes from Varuna. Primary Blight comes from Deviri. And Conjunction Voltage also comes from the Varuna farm. So let's just buy like 2 of these while we're here. And that's it. That is the Nokko farm, gamers. Oh, look at this thing. This thing is gonna be great for a Profit Taker one day. Hopefully, I sure hope so. It has every element built in, so that'll be sick. But, oh, do I have great plans for this. Anyway, gamers, that is gonna do it for this week's episode of the Warframe Iron Man. If you like this video, leave a like. If you disliked it, you can do that too. I upload every Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST and stream every Wednesday and Friday. If you found this video, but aren't caught up to date on all of the Warframe Iron Man series, I have an entire playlist linked down below for you. But otherwise, gamers, next week we will be tackling the final week of Operation Belly of the Beast, and we'll be trying our best to get all of the arcanes and goodies from it. But I love y'all, gamers. Until then, mwah! Glory to the mushroom.